Okay, welcome to another Sunday of unboxing. D. Louise book series. I'm Christina K-O-S-T-I-N-A. It's nice to meet you. I hope you're having a good day or a night whenever you're watching this. We've got a big box of sci-fi fantasy type situation. Maybe if you were teens. I'm not exactly sure yet. We have to go through it, and I'm inviting you to come and go through it with me. So let's get this box going here. So there's a lot to get through here. These are, I think, sci-fi fantasy. I think some of them are teens. I'm not exactly sure. We have the Earth Sea, the farthest shore. Darkness threatens to overtake Earthsea. The world and its wizards are losing their magic, but Ged, Sparrowhawk, Armedge, Wizard, and Dragon Lord is determined to discover the source of this devastating loss. Scorched. Trinity, don't leave me. When Trinity first hears the voice, she thinks she's going crazy. It wouldn't be a big surprise. Her grandfather firmly believes he just brought a genuine dragon egg to their dusty little western Texas town. Connor, he'd come from the future, scorched by a dragon. His mission, find the girl, Destiny, destroy the egg, and save the world. Isle of Blood. On a quest to find the monster known as the Holy Grail of monstrumology, with his eager new assistant Arkwright, Dr. Warthrop leaves Will Henry in New York. There the boy finds himself living with a real family, not facing midnight dissections, narrow escapes, or confrontations with monstrosities, human and inhuman. After a month goes by with no word from Warthrop, Arkwright returns with the devastating news that the doctor is dead. That's thick. Uh, Book 1, Ending the Last. The last in her pack and family, the youngest and smallest, the last anyone believed would survive in their dangerous kingdom. Box was not afraid to be the first to die. She just did not want to be the last to live. Okay. United as one. Um, it all has come down to this one final chance to defeat Magodroans. We will save this planet or we will die trying, but it's going to take all of us, including you. If we're going to win this war, we need to eliminate their leader first, and now I have the power to do so. To get to him, though, we're going to need an army of our own. Okay. I recognize this author. Mercedes Lackey, Winds of Change. Book 2 of the Mage Winds trilogy. Let's see. In the Mage Winds trilogy, which began with the best-selling novel Winds of Fate, author Mercedes Lackey continues the epic that she started in her first book. Hours of the Queen. Hours of the Queen introduce readers to the remarkable land of Valdemar, the kingdom protected by heralds, men and women gifted with extraordinary mind powers, aided and served by their mysterious companions, horse-like beings, who know the many secrets of Valdemar's magical heritage. None but the companions remember the long-ago age when Madge was lost to Valdemar as the last herald mage gave his life to protect the king. 1992. Good condition. Uh, uh, Other Lands. David Anthony Durham. Book 2 of Acadia Trilogy. Several years have passed since the demise of Hamish Mine. Corin Arkin rules with an iron grip on the known world's many races. She hones her skills in sorcery by studying the Song of Elmet, and she dotes on her young son, Aiden, Hamish's child, raising him to be her successor. Men Akin, still the warrior princess, she became fighting the eagle goddess Mabon, and has been battling the monsters released by the Santos corruption magic. You know the worst thing about all these sci-fi books? You're reading them, that's one thing. But trying to say these names out loud, sometimes they're impronounceable. Oh, I don't know about this one. We need to take the sticker off. Need to take the sticker off. I don't know why they left the sticker on. A BJ sticker. Whoever bought this in BJ's. Well, this could take a while. But it's, what will happen in Harry Potter 7? I don't think this has been read. Good condition. Witch Trial, Kate Conti. Full Moon Crystal Shop in North Carolina, Connecticut offers healing stones for all sorts of ailments. Unfortunately, there's nothing among the gems that can help owner Violet Mooney learn how to wield the magic she inherited from both sides of her family. The legendary Ravenstar and Moonstone clans. As if being an apprentice which weren't difficult enough, Violet's tutors are her strange mother Fiona and a sister she never knew she had named Zoe. And a black cat named Xanadu. See about that. Young Samurai, The Ring of Sky. The port of Nagasaki is within reach, but Shogun samurai are closing in fast for the kill. So too is Jack's old school rank, Kazuki. Every road is blocked and every mountain pass guarded as Jack makes his final dash for safety. Through the Dark, Alexandra Bracken. You have to remember, I know you will if you just try. Can't you just see it when you close your eyes? It's tucked behind the stern face houses and neatly groomed lawns left to brown and die. It's a wild place, half-told stories and overgrown dreams. Come on, you know the way. You have to remember. You have to hear me. There are shadows you cannot come back from. Don't look, hold your breath as you pass them. I'm here. It's a place far away from here. I'm not supposed to remember, but I can escape. I catch a glimpse of it, cracks and splinters, and it catches me to return. The Secret of Magic, Deborah Johnson. War hero Joe Howard is coming back to the small town of Revere, Mississippi after having fought to defend democracy overseas. At a rest stop, he calls his father to let him know he will be home in a few hours. He gets back on the bus looking forward to the reunion, but when a white officer demands that he and the other passengers in the black section of the bus give up their seats to a few German POWs, Howard refuses, and weeks later he is found dead. I guess this isn't a sci-fi book. Thousands of miles away, Regina Robichaud is a newly minted lawyer working at the NAACP for a young Thurgood Marshall. She stumbles across a letter asking him to come to Mississippi to investigate Joe Howard's case. At first, Regina is intrigued by a photo included in the letter, one of Howard and his father looking so alike and clearly filled with love and admiration. Then she realizes the letter is signed by M.P. Calhoun, the reclusive author of her favorite child's book, The Secret of Magic. Interesting. Interesting. Didn't see that one coming. Uh, no special editing here. No special editing either. I don't know. You might know this one. Captain's Log, William Shatner, personal account of the makings of Star Trek V. The Lost Books, Lunatic Ted Dekker. Separated by time and space, our heroes finally return home. 5 years have passed, and they find a nightmarishly changed world. The despised Horde are now in control. The healing lakes of Ellen are now blood red, and the mighty Thomas Hunter and Forest Guard have disappeared. The people come up with scary books. You know, this could be scary. If this was a Dean Koontz book, I'd be scared out of my gourd. Or a Stephen King book. I don't know Greg Hertz. So if you know Greg Hertz, let me know. His books, I mean. They're watching. It could be scary. It could be horror. Let's see. All Patrick Davis ever wanted to do was make movies, but after he gets his big break and sells his first screenplay, his life collapses. His Hollywood dreams crumble almost immediately, sending him back to his dreary day job. He also finds the storybook Marriage on the rocks. The ominous DVDs start being delivered to him, DVDs that show that someone is watching him and his wife. The two of them are being stalked and recorded by cameras around within their house. The next email start and someone offers to fix everything to make the mess his life has become. Make it all right. Packard figures it's an offer of a lifetime. Yeah, he's being set up for something. He's being set up for something. The Last Chronicles of Thomas Covenant, The Ruins of Earth. The original series introduced an unforgettable main character, a man who has fallen ill and in quick succession lost his family, his work, and everything else. Made his life worth living. Abandoned by his wife and children, he lives alone, trying to maintain his fragile equilibrium. As he begins to experience spells of unconscious, however, he finds himself transported into the land of magical dream worlds. Okay. Fatal Majesty. I guess this is not sci-fi. Fatal Majesty, a novel of Mary, Queen of Scots. Rainy Tannehill. We can see why this was discarded. I think it only needs is a little tape, right? Oh, look. I could have used this during my Ursula series. This would have been good. Ah, the lighting in here is horrible. Come on, lighting. There we go. Ready Bananas has fixed my lighting. So it's Henry VII married Elizabeth York. James IV of Scotland married Margaret Tudor. And then Henry VIII, he had too many wives and he killed too many of them. Okay, let's see what the caption says. Fatal Majesty is a story of Mary, Queen of Scots, but this is no conventional retelling of a fascinating yet familiar tale. Returning from the sophisticated court of France to take up her throne in a cold and backward Scotland, 18-year-old Mary found herself trapped in a web of ambition intrigues, those of her self-righteous brother whose ambition was to rule in her place, of her brilliant secret Secretary of State, Leathington, dedicated to placing the Stuarts on the throne of England, and of Elizabeth I, dazzling and unscrupulous, who forced Mary as a threat not only to her crown but to her life. We can see why. Oh, I bet you know this one. No chance, maybe. Good grief. But you saw this one. A shadow has been cast across the galaxy where once there was hope and peace. Now there are fear and the looming clouds of war. The First Order rising as power growing, and the New Republic may well be powerless to stop it. Among the billions upon billions of beings in the galaxy, 3 individuals will find themselves drawn into the heart of this conflict. Each of them will play a vital role in what is to come. Each of them will face darkness. Each of them will struggle to find light. Iron Hand, Charlie Fletcher. Edie stared at George's hand, eyes wide, shocked at what was happening to it. She tore her eyes away and saw that George had gone just very pale as he examined the changes. He was staring so intently that he had completely stopped blinking. "What's happening?" she asked. He had no idea, but it was something. From the scar that the dragon had slashed on it, the 3 distinct lines began to emerge, dark lines coloring the pale skin of his hand as they spiraled down and around the wrist like tendrils like a briar. I do not know. 2007? Do not know why. Ugh. Never Fade, Alexandra Bracken. Ruby never asked for the abilities that almost cost her her life. Now she must call upon them on a daily basis, leading dangerous mission to bring down a corrupt government, breaking into the minds of her enemies. Other kids in Children's League call Ruby leader, but she knows she is truly a monster. Do you remember this TV show? I think it. What year? It ran for a couple of years. Let's see what year this is. 2015. The 100. Weeks after landing on Earth, the 100 have managed to create a sense of order and about their wild, chaotic surroundings. But their delicate balance comes crashing down with an arrival of a new drop ships from space. Stringer, Rachel Imagine Brown. Stranger. I read that wrong. Stranger. Generation ago, a mysterious cataclysm struck the world. Governments collapsed and people scattered to rebuild where they could. Some developed unique powers. Through the area once called Los Angeles retains its cultural diversity, its technological marvels have faded into legend. Las Angeles now resembles a Wild West frontier town, where the sheriff possesses superhuman strength. The doctor can warp time to heal his patience, and the distant ruins of an ancient city bristle with deadly crystalline trees whose jewel-like colors come from the clothes of the people they killed. Stranger. Alright, enough of these little suckers here. Road. The Road. Searing post-apocalyptic novel destined to become McCormick McCarthy's masterpiece. Okay. The Knight of the Realm, Anthony Reynolds. Bretonia is a land shrouded in myth and legend, protected by its gallant knights. This magical place is ever under threat from forces of darkness. In the aftermath of Beastman invasion, Bordello, and the death of his father, Khaled must face up the responsibility as a Knight of the Realm. Resurrection, Paul Kempt. Vying to be Los' chosen vessel, Quethel and Defante search for Spider-Queen in the depth of her hellish domain. What year are these? Let's see. 2005. Skaven Slayer, a Gotrek and Felix novel by William King. Beware, Skaven, Felix shouted. In a moment, swords glittering in half-light of the burning city from inside the tavern. A number of armored figures spilled out into the gloom. Felix was relieved to see the massive squad figure of Gotrek among them. I don't think this has been touched. 2000. This book is 25 years old. And no damage whatsoever. Oh, it's got a seam in the cover, though. There's a seam here. Insurrection, Thomas M. Reed. A hand-picked team of the most capable drow adventurers begin a perilous journey through the treacherous Underdark, all the while surrounded by the chaos of war. (2003). Now this is seen somewhere. This has been read. I need to pick that up. The Knight Errant. From the noble knights of Bretonnia are bound by duty and honor to fight for their king and defend their lands from invaders. When the Lord of Bastogne falls ill, his two sons, Galad and Bertellus, are left to uphold the glory and honor of their line. As a horde of goblins swarm out of the forest, the knights gather their forces to repel their foul beasts. This has seen some water damage or something. Or been shoved in a bookcase. 2008. Smed Man, Sacrifice of the Widow, The Lady Repentant, Book 1. Hal Stresser Me Larn convert to the cause of the goddess Alistrici. When sent to the deepest depths of the outer planes to kill the demon goddess she once worshipped, but instead was transformed into a hideous creature bent to the vengeful will of her former mistress. Okay. 2007. Instinction, Lisa Smedman. While Farah, Quental, Leggard, Danfrey, Valis search for a way into the burning infinity of the abyss itself, all the while selling each other cheap and watching for knives in their backs, Halistra and Ryle discover a world where life has value and the shadows are free of assassins, but in an effort to survive, will they lose everything it means to be a dark elf? Malketh, A Tale of Sundering something. Book 1 of the Sundering. Far to the west of the old world lies fabled land of Ulthium, island home of elves. Thousands of years ago, when men were but fur-clad savages, elf civilization flourished. They were truly masters of the world, but even at its peak of glory, a seed of corruption gnawed at the roots of the elf society. Defenders of Ultham. The High Elves have been long the protectors of the Warham world, and their homeland of Ultham is known for the powerful magic that surrounds it. At the heart of the Ultham lies a magical vortex, and the mages who created it remain trapped in a space of time, endlessly working the spell that keeps the world from becoming a seething realm of chaos. the last book, Warriors of Ultramar. In the cold darkness of space, the Triads travel from world to world, consuming an all-futile attempt to slake their hunger for biomatter. Lying directly in their path is the industrial planet Taris, where Captain Uriel Ventress and the Ultramarines stand shoulder to shoulder with brother Marines to stop them. So, that was mostly sci-fi and fantasy and some kid ones. There was one or two other ones, mysteries, I guess. But that was it. So what'd you think of the box? Stay tuned next week. There's another couple of mystery boxes coming up, I think. I'm not exactly sure yet. We haven't looked at them yet. Don't forget, Flashback Monday. Do I have one here? No. Flashback Monday, where we talk about all the books in Romantic Time Book Review magazine. Don't forget If Then Fridays. If you like this author, you might like that author. And Star Trek recaps. We are coming to an end of those. Actually, probably doing Voyager now. So check out the Voyager recaps on Fridays. Have a good one.